I'll go ahead. Hey, Austin, Ellis Williams here, Charlotte Observer. How you doing?
Excellent. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. First, if you could just unpack how settling into Charlotte has been for you. What's it been like getting to know your new teammates and new coaches?
It's been great so far. I came in late last week, just try to fill the place out a little bit, and then getting in these last couple of days now, and just getting around the guys finally, and starting to be able to work out with them, and just be in meetings with them. I'm excited to be here. There's a lot of great guys here, a great group of guys that are just here to work and excited to be here and get things turned around.
Focusing more specifically on ball, can you detail how you've developed as a player and a person from your early days in Cleveland to now coming in to Charlotte as a coveted free agent?
Yeah, I think early in Cleveland, it was just kind of, I'm there just trying to take everything in I can. And whatever happened there happened. And I got to L.A. and just some incredible vets there and an incredible system and coaches that I was lucky enough to be around. And, both tackles there that I was able to play next to, and Andrew Whitworth and Rob Havenstein, just two guys who have played a significant amount of ball. And anytime you're playing with a 40-year-old left tackle, you got to shut up and listen and take everything in that you can. And so it was great just being around those guys and understanding just different techniques, different schemes, and understanding just guys around this league from a defensive mindset and what you need to do to block different guys and how they move. And so just being able to take all that knowledge that they had and really just try to be a sponge to everything. And I was lucky enough to get into free agency, and I just can't thank the Panthers organization enough for coming and getting me, and just happy to be here now.
It's a great answer. Thanks, Austin.
Scholar followed by Steve Reed.
Hey, Austin, Skylar Calendar with Sports Illustrated. Just want to get your thoughts on what intrigued you to come to Carolina. I know that the last two seasons haven't gone as planned for them, but what really interested you in this team and the makeup of the offense?
I think just kind of like any time that I was watching film and we had any sort of crossover film, just seeing the type of guys that the Panthers had and just the effort, and it's just a few plays here and there that can really turn around a season. And so I think it's the pieces that I saw and just kind of where the organization was at, and just knowing a few guys on the team, just kind of talking to them, just throughout, and reconnecting here and there, and it was just a great opportunity to come into and just be a part of some success here in the future. And so that was just a great fit. And when we first got here, after we agreed to terms and we were signing, just driving around with the wife and son, I mean, it was just a beautiful city that it just felt right to us. We immediately knew that we had made the right decision, and we just couldn't be happier about being here now.
Austin, Steve Reed from the Associated Press. Welcome to Charlotte. Skylar sort of stole my question there, but why would you leave a Super Bowl champion to come to Carolina, a team that hasn't honestly been to the playoffs since 2017? I mean, obviously, I guess money is certainly part of that, but how much did the money play in that?
Yeah, it's tough. Why do you want to leave something that's comfortable? It's familiar. It's against human nature to avoid change, right? And I think that's something just for me personally and my wife that we discussed going into this, that we wanted somewhere that was going to challenge us, just to grow and to step into a new role, and just to be comfortable with change. Why? I mean, we loved our time in LA. We loved the staff, we loved the players, everything about it, and now we have this opportunity to go out, branch off, and just continue to develop us, and really just have this fresh opportunity to see what we can do outside of that system, right? And just to get in, become a part of another team that is right there, that can get things turned around, and just to go be a part of that success, just felt like it was right.
We have David Newton, followed by Jonathan Alexander.
Hey, Austin, David Newton, ESPN.com. Welcome to Charlotte. I wanted to ask you, you spent a couple of years with Baker Mayfield. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, Baker and I were in the same draft class, and I loved Baker. He was a great guy, great team guy. He's just one of the most competitive people that I've been around, and I think that's the media, you guys, do your job, and you see competition is one thing, and that's fine. But from a locker room stance, and just his wife and my wife were able to connect and be close, and he was just such a good person that I've stayed in contact with, and just a genuine guy. And I think it's when you're that passionate, it's easy to get sidetracked, like for the media to get sidetracked by that. And not, you don't really know the person. You're able to write stories based off of actions. You don't know what's the intent behind things. And I've always appreciated him, everything that he's done in a relationship that we've kept throughout the years.
And what do you think about what's happened to him at Cleveland?
I think it's tough. It's anytime that you're kind of getting put through it, banged up, playing, kind of situation always tough. And he's a vocal guy. He's a passionate guy, like I said, and it's the crazy business that we're in. That's for sure.
Well, appreciate it.
Hey, Austin, Jonathan Alexander, Charlotte Observer. Hope you're doing well. Just to piggyback off David's question, have you talked to Baker since the offseason or since it became known that he might be moved?
Yeah, I've talked to him kind of throughout, every year, just kind of touching in here and there, asking, how everything's going. It hasn't been anything significant ever, just, we try to keep relationships in this business as I found out when I got traded, just you get shipped off so quickly. And so it's a tough business to make friends, and especially when you start bringing families into it and your wives are close and they talk. And so you try to keep those relationships as best you can.
And also, just given, Carolina's kind of lack of success the last few years, there's often kind of like this, a lot of people talk about this negative outside perception. I was wondering, when you were going into the process, did you hear that perception? Did you notice it? And what have been your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I think that's kind of anywhere you look around the NFL, that's a team that hasn't had success. You're going to get these negative connotations from people that aren't in the building. And so you have to really focus on once you get into a place, you're able to fill that out and build your own opinion. Because when you rely on all these media and all these talks that are going on about people that really aren't in the building, they aren't a part of conversations in position rooms, they don't know the guys, they don't understand what's going on, things can get misconstrued pretty easily. And so for me, I'm not worried about what's been in the past. It doesn't matter. We're here to build on these guys that we have now in the locker room, whoever we bring in with this draft, and that's what we have now is what's ahead of us. And most of these guys, a lot of these guys weren't here 5 years ago. So what's that matter? What happened then?
We're going to finish up with Mike Solarte, followed by Nick.
Austin, Mike Solarte, Spectrum News 1. Welcome to Charlotte. Good to see you.
Thanks so much.
You came in grinning after Coach Campen finished up his media session there. What have you learned from him, or I shouldn't say from him, but what have you learned about him in the short time that you guys have kind of interacted as the start of OTAs?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Campen and I actually go back to my second year in Cleveland in 2019. He was the O-line coach there. We didn't have a significant amount of work together before I got traded, but just having that relationship coming in, already knowing him, who he is, how he coaches and everything has definitely been helpful. And he's just a great coach, a great guy. A truly genuine, wants to know you, wants to care about you, and really take care of you in every way. And he's going to say some things off the wall, obviously, as you guys notice there, but he'll catch himself, he'll laugh at himself. That's a good thing. He knows when it's time to be serious, but also at the same time, you got to be able to break things up, have some fun, just because it's a grind, it's a long season. So just to be able to break that up, he does a fantastic job at it.
And then just to quickly follow up, he talked about technique and snarl being a kind of a thing that covers things up. Where do you fall in your game? You bring that nasty? Because in this session, you seem like an easygoing guy and kind of chill, but I guess when the pads go on, it's a different person.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're on the field, like, you got a job to do. Some guys trying to take your, and beat you at that, and you just got to make sure that you're doing everything you can to win that down. And you got, an average of, 65, 70 plays. You got to win like you're going to get beat, but how well you're going to respond to, okay, you're going to learn from that immediately on the field. You're going to adjust and change your technique to figure that out. For me, I've kind of always relied on my technique. I've never thought of myself as, the strongest, fastest, most physical. It's just kind of the mindset that I've carried with me through college. And where that technique is everything, especially at this level, especially with how freaky of athletes these defensive linemen are becoming. To where if you're off, they're going to expose you. So you got to be on, you got to be clean, you got to have a plan every single play. And so to be able to manage that and understand that, and then from there, you just got to go win. Push a pile, keep guys off your guys, and that's just a mindset that you have or you don't.
Thank you.
Austin, you mentioned the tackles you played with in LA. Here you have an established right tackle in Taylor, and some questions about who the left tackle is going to be. First, your thoughts on playing next to Taylor, and then as a group working in somebody that might be new to the position at left tackle at the NFL level.
Yeah, I think, again, back to that crossover tape, anytime I had seen Taylor out there, I loved his style of play, how he handles things, and I'm excited to be able to get next to him and just build our relationship and just be on the same page every time. And as far as left tackle goes, when you have a guy like Taylor who's played a lot, played at a high level a long time, there's no doubt he'll be able to coach him up and just kind of help him settle in. Whoever that ends up being, it's just a reps thing, and it's April, so we can talk about it now. But come September, we'll have a developed plan, developed guy that'll just come from everyone helping out, throwing in their knowledge, and I think we'll be just fine.